Hello and welcome, children. Today we are going to start a new chapter, and the name of chapter is Clauses and Complex Sentences. First of all, you have to understand what is clause and what is complex sentence. So, this is a new chapter for you. Before this, you have not read this topic, clauses and complex sentences. So try to understand this. Clause, what is clause? If anybody will ask you what is clause, you will say clause is a part of sentence that has a subject and a finite verb of its own. There is a simple sentence and another is complex sentence. If there are more than one clauses in a sentence, that is complex sentence. For example, the girl who is wearing a black dress is my neighbor. This is the example given in your book. So this sentence can be divided into two parts. First is the girl who is wearing a black dress. So the first part is the girl is my neighbor, and the second is who is wearing a black dress. So both these group of words are clauses. First clause is the girl is my neighbor, and second is who is wearing a black dress. The girl is wearing a black dress. The girl is subject. Is wearing is verb. The girl is my neighbor. The girl is subject and is finite. So let us take another example. What is that? As I was driving, I saw a car following me. In this sentence also, there are two clauses. As I was driving, this is the first clause, and second clause is I saw a car following me. And now you will see there are two types of clauses. There are two types of clauses. First is main clause and second is first is main clause, that is called the independent clause also, and second is subordinate clause, or that is also called dependent clause. As I was driving, if I say only this, the meaning is not clear. Meaning is not clear, not complete. If I say I saw a car following me, I saw a car following me. So this clause is independent. This is main clause because meaning is clear. I saw a car following me. So therefore, you have to decide which is main and which is subordinate, which is independent, which is dependent. So you have to note down one clause that makes a complete sense by itself, that is main or independent. Clear? Second is meaning is dependent on other clause, as I was driving. So as I was driving, in this clause, this clause dependent on I saw a car following me. As I was driving, I saw a car following me. So first thing is that you have to recognize what is main clause and what is subordinate clause. And now what is complex sentence? A complex sentence is always made up of one main clause and one or more subordinate clause. So in the exercise, that is unit 5, You have to study. You have to study and you have to solve so many exercises based on this. You have to identify main clause, subordinate clause. So let us do the exercise 1 and in the worksheet 1 there is exercise. You have to remember, there was a king who chose to live in a forest. So in this sentence, there was a king, this is full sentence, so this is independent, and who chose to live in a forest is dependent on the first. Similarly, tell me how you completed the work. Tell me how you completed the work. So tell me is independent. Tell me how you completed the work. It is not completing and the meaning is not so clear. The girl who was from Delhi won the crown. So who was from Delhi? Dependent. The girl won the crown. It is independent. See, number 5, the man whose car was stolen. So whose car was stolen? Dependent. The man had to stay in the police station. It is main. Number 6, the movie that we saw. That we saw is dependent. The rest part is independent. The movie was boring. Number 7, you won't reach the school on time unless you hurry. So unless you hurry is dependent. You won't reach the school is independent. Similarly, number 8, the lady whom we saw yesterday is my neighbor. Whom we saw yesterday is dependent. The lady is my neighbor, independent. Number 9, the bridge which was built a year back has collapsed. Which was built a year back is dependent. The bridge has collapsed is independent. And the last is number 10, if the guests are coming, dependent. The flat should be properly cleaned, dependent. These were some examples, and with these examples you are in a position to understand what is independent clause and what is dependent clause. So a complex sentence is made up of main clause that is complete in meaning and one or more subordinate clause that do not make complete sense. Clear? They stopped when the sun set. They stopped conveys complete meaning. When the sun set does not make sense of its own. So also remember that the main clause does not always come in the beginning. Sometimes it may be in the later part also. So I hope you have understood what is clause, what is complex sentence, and what is main clause and what is subordinate clause. That's all. You keep practicing. Thank you.